Hey, what is up, everybody? How are you doing? Good morning. This is the Morning Mints. I am Hunter Orrell, and we are back after a one-day hiatus. I am so excited to be back. We've missed a lot. So much has happened. So many NFTs have been bought and sold. We've seen projects come, new announcements. People have had huge developments in their lives. Today, we're just going to cover, a barrage of things, and the big stuff that I'm going to just kind of hone in on are that, security is super important. People are making huge life decisions currently. There are people that are selling art and buying art at record-setting prices. There's just so much happening. We saw Gary Vee is announcing his kind of first VeeFriends project that's spinning off of that. That has been announced. I will touch on that a little bit. Look at the market. Look at crypto punks, which are still ripping. Look at the Ethereum and Bitcoin market. Currently both a little down this morning. But yeah, we're gonna catch up on some stuff. I'm definitely gonna miss things. Like, I want to make that very clear. There's just been so much in the last 48 hours. I'm gonna focus a little bit more on Wednesday. Just because of the fact that there were a lot of big notable events. There is some stuff in here from yesterday, but I'm going to try to cover a little bit of both days. So there might be some things that slip through the cracks, but like I said, we'll try to get into it as much as possible. Nate from OpenSea mentioning that we've spoken with MetaMask team and they will be temporarily disabling the mobile QR code sync feature to defeat against the phishing attacks that have become more prevalent in recent weeks. Now, this comes after about $500,000 in Bored Ape Yacht Clubs were stolen off of a hardware wallet when this feature was used, I believe, to get into somebody's MetaMask and then get into their OpenSea. And then essentially what the person did was just accepted the bids that were standing. The apes went, they got the ETH, and then they sent the ETH out. They didn't really want the apes. So crazy to see that happen. First, that's social engineering. That's not a failure on the hardware wallet. That's social engineering. And obviously phishing attacks and hackers are going to target the weakest link, which is you, to try to get in. If you, don't have a hardware wallet, just search Ledger, go buy one. It's $100. It's the most valuable $100 investment you're going to make, especially even if you only have a couple $1,000 in ETH or NFTs. Like, it protects you. It's something you should be aware of. I think it's good practice. People like Richard will shun you and not talk to you if you don't have a hardware wallet. It certainly will not work with you. Like, it's this is one of those things that's just not talked about enough. And it just needs to be, somebody needs to, I'm going to bring it up more and more, I think, in the future, because I don't want to see people on my Discord, people that are following me on Twitter, watching these videos, leave a comment and say, man, I got hacked. Man, somebody, I clicked on a link and my stuff got pulled. I just don't want to see that happen. So, cool to see that OpenSea and MetaMask collaborating, talking, seeing if there's vulnerabilities, trying to do the best for the community. Really sorry to the guy who lost the apes. And I think there's been some other phishing attacks that have happened over the last 48 hours. So just stay smart. Don't click on anything. Know that people are not going to ask for your seed phrase. People are not going to comment or hit you up on Discord and, essentially try to get you to connect your wallet. Just be smart. And if you have any doubts, shoot a message to a Discord, shoot a message to Twitter. Like, try to get it out there and be like, hey, I'm going through this. Does this look legit? Because it's better to be, be safe than sorry. So yeah, that is very exciting to see that. And let's check out what else we've got going on today. So this is a sneak peek into my project 5555. It's going to be 555 pieces of generative art, my Genesis project. There will be a little bit of utility to these. I'm not going to get too much into it. Don't want to spoil things. I am planning to bring insane value to the holders, though, over the course of my lifetime on this project. It's going to be 0.1 ETH. We'll have an announcement date on when this is coming out. I just wanted to give an idea of really kind of what this is looking like. We'll have some meetings today going over some exact drop features. But like I said, just excited. Cool to finally be almost at the point where we're launching. On the notable purchases, we saw a lot of notable purchases Wednesday, Thursday. This Bored Ape going for 298, which blew my mind because this guy, whoever bought this, this person ended up buying this ape, a day ago for 210, and then immediately flipping it within a couple of hours. I think it was like 8 hours. Flipping it for 298 Ethereum, so pocketing 88 Ethereum in just in under a day. That's not bad. I would take that and be very happy with it. To make a quarter milli in a day. It just shows that there's so many crazy things happening right now. There's so many arbitrage opportunities. There's so many mispriced opportunities. You need to take the time. Like, don't just look at the floor. Don't just look at what are people talking about. Go through projects, study, look. Are there things that are mispriced? I know Richard with the other day in Tropo finding that 3D glasses that was listed for 65, immediately purchasing it and potentially making 200 plus ETH in profits there. Actually, far more than that, probably making like 400 to 500 ETH in profits, all within a couple of minutes, just a couple tweets or DMs. So certainly stay active, searching and looking. My favorite project, my favorite people, my favorite company, just because, one, I do own a bag of these, but I do really like how G-Funk operates as a business runner, or business owner, and runs his business. Sorry, it's early, and I'm a little rusty. It's been 48 hours. Announcing that, they're always thinking of ways to work and gamify what's happening with Punk's comic. He tweeted out, "So I know what you're thinking. What happens to the unclaimed planetary DAO tokens from those that hold onto their mint passes? All unclaimed planetary DAO tokens after the 7-day redemption window will be gifted to the Pixel Vault Founders DAO. Let the games begin." This is interesting because it technically gamifies and makes the Founders DAO token, like, it makes that almost like a far better deal. If you start to do some of the economics potentially, Beanie, there's another tweet here, but basically taking credit for this. Obviously, he owns pretty much majority in the DAO tokens. And he's here. It's good for DAO owners, because if those are unclaimed and a lot of people are gonna wait, those just go to the DAO. It's free money. So congrats to the Founders DAO members for winning. Smart move by Pixel Vault to reward Founders DAO with what will most likely be thousands of unclaimed MetaHero Universe Planet DAO tokens. Also note that Founders DAO owns 9.8% of the United Planets DAO. I've been talking a lot about this. Pixel Vault is going to deserve its own channel. It's going to deserve its own media coverage. I'm planning on spinning that up very soon because there's just so much happening, so many different projects, and there's so much crazy cool things happening. We're going to try to cover it more in depth because I could just make hour-long videos every single morning talking about what's happening there. In awesome news about Oni and Young and Sick, one of the most insane artists out there right now, doing a derivative project for Oni. Just wild art and wild skill from Young and Sick, taking this original Oni and turning it into this. I mean, this is like killer acid. I mean, this is Young and Sick. Like, forget like who it looks like. But Young and Sick has just such a very distinct, unique kind of drawing style. The colors pop, and it's just good vibes from him. So super cool. Want to give him some shout out on the show this morning, as well as a shout out to Video Game Freak, who, after having his ENS domain name snagged from him and held ransom over his head, finally did enough flips to afford a 3 character ENS domain. He bought vgf.eth, and we're so happy for him. Nothing but love, brother. Congrats. So it's interesting. I've talked a lot about corporations hopping into the space. Budweiser being one that we've seen, obviously, is doing a lot of stuff. I think we've seen some projects that we're not fully aware out there. And Budweiser's just kind of made a statement here, picking up 2 ENS domains and a Tom Sachs rocket. I spent like 50, 60, I guess I spent like over 75 ETH on a couple of NFTs. So Budweiser's in the game. Budweiser has skin in the game. They're acknowledging that the Tom Sachs rocket is out there. They're embracing it. Budweiser's going to win. I'm a big Budweiser guy. Honestly, I should have had a Budweiser to crack here in the morning and do this video when we got to this segment. That would be kind of funny. But, I'm excited to see what they do. I think corporations, companies, consumer packaged good companies that embrace NFTs, embrace that this is the future early, are going to win. They're going to onboard more people. People like me are going to see it and be like, yeah, you're an OG. Even though you're a corporation, like, we recognize, like, you didn't shit on us. Like, you didn't say this is stupid. You said, how do we play? Like, put me in, we're ready. So really excited to see that from Budweiser. So this is a long thread. I won't go throughout the whole thread. I think I'll link it below and have everybody read. But it does look like Andrew Wang has gone and quit. And now he's jumping in NFTs full time. It does look, and I don't know if there's an official announcement here, but I am noticing that there is a 1:37 p.m. Tagline on his name now. So most likely going and working at with Gary V at 1:37 p.m. Andrew is just a stand-up amazing guy. Super, super happy for him. And he just deserves a lot of love. He's a just genuine person. On top of that, we also saw tropoFarmer make the dip and splash big splash into NFTs, who has been working obviously a day job. Me and him very close, of course. And yeah, this one hit pretty hard when we had this come out yesterday. We've been talking about it for weeks. And to know that he can now be fully happy, like, that's the thing. Everybody needs to understand, like, this is not, like, if you're not happy, find a way to make yourself happy. What's going to make you happy at the end of the day? And Tropo obviously reflecting and knowing that being able to do NFTs full time was what would make him happy. The thread is really good. I'll link it below again in the YouTube video for the people who want to check it out. But yeah, he essentially quits and explains his whole story for how he got in, how he met me, and obviously through Beanie. So super cool to see that. Related to Tropo, because of the ape lover he is, Bored Ape Yacht Club announcing on the 24th, 2 days ago, I guess a Wednesday morning, and saying that, fuck it, Mutants Sunday or Saturday. Oh my God, I can't say anything right this morning. Normal morning. Mutants on Saturday. So we're going to finally get Bored Ape Mutant Club. There's so much speculation around what it's going to be. I've made my speculative calls to what it's going to be. I am hoping it's not limited to 10,000. I hope it's limited to like 50,000 and it onboards an insane amount of new people. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to look like, but I do want to see Bored Ape Yacht Club find a way to onboard more and more people so that it's not like, hey, there's just 10,000 people or 6,000 people. How many unique wallet holders we have? And these are the only people that are going to care. I think they need to get the brand, get their NFTs into as many people's hands as possible. Of course, you'll have the OGs that own, the original apes. But the brand has become just so synonymous with, OG, real NFT collectors. And I want to see it happen, continue with newer people that are getting to the space so that they can relate and they don't just go, oh, you're a Bored Ape Yacht Club member. Oh, you're a CryptoPunk holder. Like, there is kind of that vibe, like, oh, like, that's okay. That's too expensive. I can't get into it. It's kind of like telling somebody like, hey, I own a Ferrari, like, and they're like, oh, like, okay, like, I hope the vibe comes across. Like, some people just, they see that, and it's a club that's hard to get into, and I want the club to be more inclusive, for the brand. Just an opinion, a thought. I could be completely wrong there. It could be the worst thing they could do. But certainly I would like to see at least somebody try. I think they could pull it off. Tweeting out, all punks should pay attention when Kevin Rose sold his punk. I actually called a move like this in private Discord and said, and I quote, wait till punks realize a Grail punk was sold to bid up for a Grail X copy. So here's what happened. Kevin Rose sold his Fidenza for 777 ETH. And then turned around and put a bid of 900 ETH on a piece of X copy. And over the last 48 hours, we've seen anything X copy increase in value. Guzzlers, the one of ones obviously going for, hundreds and hundreds of ETH. X copy is fully established as like the modern day must have, like OG one of one artist. And it's just such a unique kind of art. Everybody loves it. This is currently offered at 2.8 million from Kevin. I'm not sure if this actually ended up selling. But yeah, Kevin Rose is making some big bets, big moves. And X copy is across the board making kind of like the solidification that he is one of the top 10 crypto NFT artists out there. In the OG column as well, we have Mooncats, especially the whites and the blacks, the Genesis Mooncats going for insane prices. Not insane bad, but like we're really starting to see a lot of volume. Just wanted to point out that this Mooncat sold for 75 ETH. I think we've seen some bigger sales since then. Mooncats just still seems to be so overlooked to me. I think it is a little confusing for people to have like the acclimated, non-acclimated. There's the wrapped, and then non-wrapped. Like there's so many different little like niches within the project. So that might be part of it, but yeah, Mooncats, I think even Hashmass as well, a little overlooked, very kind of like OG, even if they weren't all done in 2017 and claimed like in 2021. The Mooncats definitely seem to be an overlooked project in my book. This one is super exciting to chat about. Farokh, the great transition, a piece that he made of him snapping his fingers and his punk popping up there. And he basically quotes this as a one-of-one edition for where it's a moment in time. Visa has just acquired a CryptoPunk. There's an insane floor rise in CryptoPunks, and people are starting to acknowledge the rise of NFTs. Are you paying attention? And this piece finally selling yesterday for, let's see. It says right here for 17.259 ETH. It was won by a party bid. There's about, 20 people, 26 people in the party bid. We had people's, I think it was like 8 ETH, 8 ETH, 2 ETH, and then just a ton of 0.1 ETH bids. Farokh saying that this will come with some utility, gets, some special access and features. This is very similar to what I'm doing with my one-of-one that I'll have on Foundation either today or next week. But yeah, congrats to Farokh. That's a huge sale, and we're really excited to see what you're doing. VeeFriends and Gary V announcing the PLP airdrop dates, and the first PLP project that is coming out alongside the VeeFriends project. There's so many incredible projects that they received, and essentially what they've decided on is they will launch their first project, which is called Dapper Dinos. So Dapper Dinos, I believe, is launching tomorrow on Saturday. You need to check out their Discord. You can go to their website at dapperdinos.com. There's lots of good information on what's happening. The mint cost will be 0.0555. again, Gary playing with the 555 number. For those who don't know, the 555 number has just been, it's an angel number. It's a number that I've bought into, a number that I've owned, and kind of just use like repeating numbers. So 5 obviously being one of my favorite numbers. So that's been the inspiration for Project 5555. Why I'm doing 555 mints. You can find it. There's a lot of little, I do have a lot of like Easter eggs throughout, related to the 555 number, and a lot of Easter eggs like everywhere. I was talking about this with Dylan last night as we were doing some work on stuff. So yeah, keep your eyes on this. There's certainly going to be a lot of attention on this project. I am expecting these to be selling for above and far above mint price when these launch. And the last thing, just kind of news, Rarible and OpenSea finally having their linking back up. This came from Rarible having lots of Bored Ape Yacht Club fake projects on it, and people getting those onto OpenSea by listing it on Rarible, and then they pop up on OpenSea, and OpenSea did not like that because they could not control the fraudulent material that was coming into the site. So I did note, I was scrolling through my wallet and I noticed that the Tupac pieces had a listing price at 320 ETH, and I was like, whoa, that's insane. So I think once people start to realize these are back up and you can list them, obviously these prices are going to come down, but I do believe this project is going to be one that sells for and is valued at, in the double-digit ETH numbers. So very exciting there. Let's take a look at the market this morning. Overall, what's going on? CryptoPunks at number 1. Volume is up and prices are up. Art Blocks curated at number 2. Floor price on curated at 1.9. Oni Force at number 3. 4.75 ETH floor. Seeing some volume come down. We did see it pull back. I think we saw the floor up to like 6 or 7 at one point. Like, it really ripped. And now we're seeing it kind of pull back and stabilize. Yeah, like I'm so bullish on Oni. Bored Ape Yacht Club currently sitting just behind at the 4th position. For some reason, it says 25 ETH. I don't think that's right. I have not looked this morning, but it has been in the 30s. Art Blocks Factory, Playground in 5 and 6. Parallel still up there. Curio Cards at a 2.19 ETH floor. Just absolutely bonkers number there. I mean, you could have bought this at 0.3 all day long. And you could literally just be flipping for 2 ETH profit right now. So Curio Cards becoming one of those historic old collectibles. It's, popular because it's, an old project. Definitely keep your eye on that. Pudgy Penguins at 2.6, pulling back. CyberKongz VX. I'm making the call right now, and I've heard this. This isn't me. This isn't original. I've made the bet. I sold my Meebit, and then I bought a CyberKongz VX. I do believe CyberKongz VX at some point will flip Meebits on the floor price. I really just believe it. I just don't see Meebits having being able to compete with this project. The people who are buying it, the people who like it, the utilization. I'm bullish on CyberKongz as a project overall as well. So I do have just the VX that I picked up. Very excited for that. Koala Intelligence Agency being picked up by a lot of the gaming community. 1.1 ETH on that floor. It was sitting down like at 0.25 for a while, and here we are, 1.1. And I think it just kind of shows, like, as specific communities come in, they're listening to specific influencers. I think a lot of the gaming influencers have been talking about the Koala Intelligence project. And so now it's like, if I'm a guy who games with a couple people and we play Warzone, it's like, hey, I picked up Koala. Did you get one? No, what's that? The 3 of them are talking while they're playing Warzone. And then all of a sudden the other 2 or 3 guys go and pick up a Koala just because it's like within that circle. It's a niche thing. It's cool. And they're like, oh, by the way, Dr. Disrespect or Z-Laner, or FaZe was talking about it, so we should go get it. That's what I think is happening there. Definitely be aware of that because it's a very, very real thing across the board. Punk's comic. Oof. Oh my God. Punk's comic floor at 5.8. This includes Mint Pass, the DAO tokens, and the original comics, of course. There are some price differentiations within there, but I will say Punk's comic, obviously, just being wild prices there. And I think they're justified. Cool Cats NFT currently sitting at 2.84 ETH. I said for forever when it was at 1.8, it's going to go up. Finally is appreciating value. Bored Ape Kennel Club at 2.88, pulling back a bit. I think a lot of hype surrounding it about the people thinking you were going to need dogs for the mutant drop. Not the case. I think there's a little over 3 yesterday at one point, so pulling back a little bit. Meebits at 3.78. Currently sitting where it was yesterday. CyberKong's 2.29. Gutter Cats pulling back to 5. I mean, this is healthy. I think we're going to see a lot of these little pullbacks here. The question is, does the volume continue? Do we see the volume really drop off, average prices, and then we go into that consolidation phase that I always love to talk about, where we see the spike, drop, we go flat, and then we make that second leg up, or third or fourth or fifth leg. VeeFriends floor about to break into double digits, 9.99 ETH. Just insane. Wow. Crazy. Treeverse, 1.25 on the floor. Ghosts, 9.99 on the floor. Anything else before we hop into some specifics? X copy floor at 6 ETH. Like I said, everybody wants X copies right now. Damien Hirst sitting at 9.5 ETH. Hashmass now at 1 ETH, up from 0.6. Yeah, and that's, I think we'll wrap up looking through the market. I'm not seeing anything else too crazy. Guys and girls, obviously spend the time, look through the stats page on OpenSea, see what's going, what's not. Jump into specific projects, look at activities, see who's buying. Is volume up or prices up? Are there lots of projects being picked up? Open or for art blocks right now, we can see there's a lot of blots being picked up, and that's just because it's one of the cheapest projects for curated right now. We're seeing that squiggles are still going, almost pushing a 20 ETH floor, it looks like there, and then 11. So that's confusing. I wonder why there's an 11 ETH squiggle sale. Maybe, interesting on that one. Oh, these are fuzzies. That's why. So yeah, the fuzzies obviously still going for a premium. A lot of pigments, a lot of phases, a lot of elementals going. Crazy to see these selling, as I had one, and I sold for 0.4. Now they're going for 11 and 12. Really sucks, because that was one that I definitely didn't want to sell and forgot I had listed. Always make sure if you have, things listed, you have a price that if it sells for, you're not going to be upset. Because it does sting to see something go for sale that you don't want to go for sale. So art blocks, definitely the volume is dying off a little bit. Nothing too crazy. We've seen some drops. I will note in the news that there was an issue yesterday where art blocks listed a factory project as curated. It popped up. They were able to move that back over to factory, but for some time, there were people that were just buying, because the metadata doesn't come in, the artwork doesn't come in. People would just see that there is new transactions happening, and the project was trading at like 0.75 ETH, and everybody saw that and was like, 0.75 for curated? Hell yeah, I'm in. Like, let's buy it. So there are people just buying on OpenSea with like a blank, template holder for the image and no properties, no data. They're just like, I'll pay it. And then found out that they were buying a factory project because of the mess up. So a little bit of comical relief yesterday there. Oni Force at a 4.75 ETH floor. Volume dropping down, which is good because the hype is dying. I think the flippers are starting to go away a little bit. Attention is going to other places. But certainly, for sure, we are seeing that this project is, it's just being sought after at a high conviction rate where people just want to get into it and own it. I'm a little upset. There are definitely some purchases I could have made and I wish I had made just looking through this chart. So yeah, crazy volume, crazy prices still. As far as like high, when I say crazy volume, I'm saying like there's still liquidity at 25 ETH. There's still liquidity at 13 and 39 ETH. Like people are paying those. So a lot of people are getting bids on their pieces. Definitely make sure you check to see what the floor price is for your specific properties before you accept anything. Bored Ape Yacht Club currently at, it says 25. I don't believe it. I actually do not trust OpenSea's floor pricing. There you go. 36 ETH floor on Bored Ape Yacht Club. Wow. Wild. 36 ETH. So my prediction was by the end of September, we'd see 50 ETH on the floor for Bored Ape Yacht Club. It doesn't make sense that it's not. Like it clearly has the same kind of clout. It has the same social economic, or it's not social economic, but the same social like indicator. It's a social like signaling status as a punk. It says like, hey, I got this. I was early. I had the money to pay late, kind of thing. So you can see like that clout. Like it's a thing. Like I don't want to hype up and say, hey, it's cool to flex. It's cool to like be a clout chaser, but we are social animals at the end of the day. We want to be able to like stand out and show off and relate to clubs and groups, and that's exactly what NFTs and specifically Bored Ape Yacht Club is doing. So huge volume here as far as ETH sales, 59, 30, 48. Seeing 150 ETH sale come through for a diamond teeth with a crown ape. Wow, huge sale. 37 for an ape that looks just like mine. Going. Not a 3D gang though. 3D gang stands above all. I will fight you on that. So yeah, lots of volume there. Still, obviously, mostly around the floor. Cool Cats 2.8 ETH. The current sales looking to just be kind of popping off around the floor. We're not seeing any crazy double digits. Nothing premium going right now. I think this project is kind of just like the noobs and the newbies and the people who are like, I got 5 ETH. What do I get into? And not saying that a derogatory way, but like this is a great affordable project still. And maybe now at 3, it's not so much. I think World of Women as well is a great pickup right now. Huge expectations for that project. And again, I talk a lot about these and I say it and I know I don't own them. There's obviously just only so much ETH I have and so many projects I can own. But Cool Cats, World of Women too, that I would make big note of this morning for looking into. Punk's Comic currently, Mint Pass selling at 7.19 here. Comic selling at 6.9. Any DAO tokens? DAO tokens selling for less. I think that it just comes down to there being a higher number of DAO tokens out there. And, with that higher volume or higher supply, if more people have them for sale, the price is lower, which makes sense. I'm going to double check to make sure that wasn't just somebody who noodle-handed there. Wow. Yeah. So DAO tokens, like 6. They're going for a little bit less. People are trying to cash out a little bit, I think. But yeah, currently, if you bought at 0.2, you can go and flip something that cost you 0.08 to mint for 7 ETH. Absolutely wild, insane, crazy, mind-boggling. Just whoa, what the heck? Punk Floor currently sitting at 77.5 ETH. What the hell? Like, this is insane. Like, and again, I think punks are obviously the grail. It's what all the money, ends up going to. The floor is very, very floor. Like, there's stringy hairs, there's smokers, there's the spiky, the mohawk hair. I forget what this is called. And those are like the ones that like usually like people don't want the like, it looks like a pipe's coming out of your head. People don't want stringy hair. And smokers I think has a little bit of a negative connotation with some people. Seeing some moles down there as well. But yeah, the floor has been picked through pretty hard. I'm kind of prepared at this point if I'm going to buy a punk. I don't even know what it's going to cost at this point, because to get to something I like, I'm in the 150 ETH range, and to drop $500,000, while that doesn't seem too crazy to me, I think I still have some risk. There's ways to reduce risk in there. It is a lot of money, that I will admit. That is a lot of money. Not going to shy away from that. So yeah, Punk's just getting more and more expensive, more and more Punk selling. I love the look at unique holders. I'm sure unique holders is going up. But at the same time, I do think that there's a lot of, people are just building bags. Like, they want 5, 6, 7, 8, and they're, taking DeFi gains, or getting into this and moving USD into ETH to buy more Punks, because it is stable blue chip money that is going to appreciate, always be sought after, and it's going to be considered like, peak NFT. So yeah, last 24 hours, let's see, anything crazy happening in the last, wait, I take that back. We got to do the last 48 hours, because I wasn't around 48 hours ago. So yeah, I remember we talked about the zombie sale the other day. So going forward, bunch of big shades going for sale. Yeah, this guy going for sale, who is, I love the smile. I fucking love the smile. Yeah, the smile is the coolest attribute in my opinion. Would love to get one of those. Let's see. So I said a lot of hoodies getting picked up. Hoodie floor is easily going to be over 1 million in the coming days. Big shades going for sale. A lot of the wild hairs going for sale as well. But we're seeing stuff like the floor is approaching 100 ETH. We're still seeing stuff go for 200, 300, 400 ETH. So all throughout the ecosystem of Punks, there are sales, there's liquidity, people want it, volume's up. The entire market cap being over 3 billion right now. The entire crypto market currently sitting at $2 trillion valuation, down 1% over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin currently sitting at $46,500. Ethereum at $3,071. Both of those down 2% over the last 24 hours. We'll take a quick look at Ethereum here. As I mentioned, that there is this support line up at 33. And we broke through that. I was expecting it to test at 3,200. It did test. It kind of faked us out with this big drop down to 31.11. Pop back up, and now we are back down, breaking through the support in the last few minutes since this recording. So I am expecting this to go under 3,000. We will go down to like 2,950. And then at that point, if we break through 2,950, I am expecting this to take a little bit of a ride down to like 2,700. Potentially, we're about to see Ethereum and some of the crypto market make a little bit of a turnaround. So just be aware of what is happening here. And again, I'm not a trader. This isn't financial advice. Do your own TA. But there is a bit of a gap here where we have some space, a couple percent. But after that, then we do have a huge gap below that we can fall into. So that is a show for today. If you have suggestions, comments, ideas, let me know. I will be on my Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord, please join the Discord. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It makes a huge difference. I will catch you guys on the next one. Enjoy your days. Peace.